Happy wedding, everyone. We got through Canterlot wedding. We officially ended season 2.
I wanted her dead through the whole episode.
Who?
Fake Cadence.
Queen Chrysalis is her name.
I kind of liked her when she took on her true form, but through that whole episode, I just hated her.
Oh, what do you think of the music in this? I loved it.
Again, I'm not big on TV music. As a composer, I can appreciate it.
Okay, come on. You have to admit that this day aria was so Disney-esque.
Yeah.
This day is going to be perfect.
I have to admit something else, too. She was terrifying.
She was, admittedly,
she took down a god!
She is more intimidating than Discord, in my opinion.
Discord's awesome, don't talk...
Discord's awesome, but intimidation. Just strict intimidation alone. She is the first one that we've seen that is, honestly, to me, very intimidating on a personal level. Because think of it, she was in direct attack. She was strictly malice. She wasn't for trying to spread chaos,
which is more fun,
for chaos's sake. No, she was directly attacking Canterlot, specifically so she could feed her subjects.
Quite.
Very sympathetic too when you consider that she is doing it all to feed her subjects. They need a food source.
All I have to say is that she's pretty scary, and she took down a god.
She took down Celestia.
The
first time we've seen Celestia really actually just...
Excuse me, by the way.
She stood up. Am I gonna smell something?
No. Don't worry. I'm just joking.
Okay.
And Luna, I have to point this out. Luna comes in the end. Did I miss anything?
I know, right?
Where the fuck was she?
Actually, here's now my... as I said when I said talk about it during the vlog, I said ask me about it then.
Mm-hmm.
Here is my headcanon for where the hell she was. Sleeping, but not in Canterlot. Note how she came into the force field during the night and said, "Okay, away with you, sister. I will guard the night as always."
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, here is my new headcanon. Luna wasn't in Canterlot. She sleeps somewhere else during the day.
Where it's dark.
Yes.
So in other words, even if she wasn't there, she just slept through all that.
Yeah,
which I find hilarious.
Honestly, I think she would have woken up if she was in Canterlot, but my headcanon puts it that she wasn't in Canterlot just because of that one scene. If anyone else has a problem with Luna, just take that one in perspective. That one scene where she flies into Canterlot at the beginning of the night. Where was she before that?
Well, Chrysalis
my guess is that she was
there.
Yeah, my guess was she was somewhere that she had to sleep. She sleeps during the day. She has to be away from everyone.
Yeah. She would have kicked Chrysalis's plot.
You think that Luna would have kicked her plot?
I think it would be funny if she was there, because this is how I imagine it. I'm trying to sleep! And she just kind of destroys them all. Goes back to sleep after it's all over. Celestia's just... You can't see my face, but she just got this terrified look on.
If you could draw it in time for me to actually upload this.
I'll try. It's just Celestia has this terrified look on her face. And everyone's like, I didn't know she was that powerful. Oh, she was just angry. It's pretty scary. It would probably... Terrifying even to Celestia.
Well, she did banish her for a reason.
Yeah. Comes in. Did I miss anything? Is anyone going to fill her in on what happened?
I'm curious about that too.
I want to see Pinkie Pie tell the story, though.
But, yeah, in my head, it is official that Love is in Bloom should be played at every single wedding reception from this point on. Actually, from the point that this episode was aired on.
All I know is that I enjoyed the villain. Except when she was just being mean to everyone. That kind of bothered me.
What, when she was still disguised?
Yeah.
During all of part 1?
And I thought the ending was kind of schmaltzy.
What did you think of the music overall?
Like I said, I'm not...
As a composer, you said you enjoyed it.
But I couldn't do much with it.
Nothing much with it?
No.
Bear
in mind, most of what I listen to is like bloody death, heavy guitars.
Keep in mind, this day is in fact an aria.
Yeah.
So it is a definitive style. Like its full title is This Day Aria.
Yeah.
So you can't really go beyond much with that. Although I have heard some male covers which have done a lot better than the show, actually.
I just can't... I'm just at the point where I keep going back to Luna returning. Did I miss anything?
You just can't get over that.
You missed everything!
Yeah, you only missed, like, the whole wedding.
You missed a war!
You missed the wedding, the changeling attack, and the resolution of said changeling attack. You only missed, like, an entire citywide battle.
I didn't care for the resolution. It didn't make sense because...
It was Deus Ex,
It was. It didn't make sense because they feed on love. If their love is what sent them away, that makes absolutely no sense. They would have gotten more powerful.
Honestly, nah, because I think that Shining Armor was trying to recast his shield spell.
Yeah.
And
she helped him.
And then Caden said, "My love will give you strength."
Ugh.
So it was,
Schmaltzy.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
I actually don't mind it with this too much.
But still...
Because think of it, it was the Canterlot wedding. As I mentioned in the last vlog, it was aired around. It was aired shortly after the British royal wedding with. Shoot, I can't see.
Well, if that was that eventful, I probably would have been there.
Yeah, I mean,
if like monsters attacked the British royal wedding, I'd be like, let me come. I want to fight the monsters.
If monsters attack the British royal wedding,
Fluttershy's cowardice is her best weapon.
Yeah, that's one thing that I actually had to pause a couple times just to make sure I could show Rocky. This was when the changelings were fighting the main six. When it comes to just Fluttershy for a quick second, how she's fighting, it's literally her cowering and the other one and the changeling just flying.
Trips over her.
Forward, back. I think it's forward.
Forward. As far as I'm concerned, the thing tripped over her.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly the gender with changelings are.
None. Except for their queen.
No, wait. I think they're not. I think they're more insectoid.
Yeah. Well, whatever they were, I hated the noise they made.
Yeah, they made a buzzing noise, which definitely suggests insectoid.
Ugh. Yuck.
Not to mention what they imprisoned Celestia in.
A cocoon.
The name Chrysalis. They're definitely.
I want her dead.
They're definitely insect-like in nature.
Yeah. But, don't do that. Really, don't do that.
Okay.
I like this episode. I really just enjoyed a lot of things about it. The main thing is, again...
Even though the main focus of it was a wedding.
I still kind of wanted to see... In my head canon, this is how it resolved. Luna's sleeping, and Canterlot... She hears all the noise. I'm trying to sleep! And killed everyone.
And killed everyone?
No, and repels
send
everyone.
Them away?
Sends them away. Chrysalis runs away.
And by the way...
Chrysalis is terrified of her.
The very first series of comics, like the first graphic novel of the series, which is a compilation of all the first series of comics, the first storyline, picks up shortly after this.
Yeah.
Between seasons 1 and 3. And then I think the Nightmare Rarity, which is the second story arc, takes place between seasons 1 and 2.
I can't imagine her being intimidating at all.
Who?
Rarity.
Rarity? Even if she were possessed by Nightmare Moon, practically?
Yeah, I just can't imagine. This is so hideous!
Nah, it's not even it's hummufa!
Hummufa! How dare you possess me! Get out! Get out right now! Oh, you won't stop whining!
Hummufa!
I would think it would go after Celestia.
You would think.
I mean, if I could possess someone, I would possess the god.
You would think, but imagine jealousy was one of the things that attracted them. What would Celestia be jealous over to attract them? Think of it. At this point, well...
Ugh, now I don't like her anymore.
Who?
Celestia.
Really?
She's too perfect.
She's a Mary Sue?
Yeah. I mean, I like her as a character, but think about it. If the creature wanted power, it's drawn to jealousy, right? It's like a symbiote.
It's drawn to something. I'd actually have to consider it very similar to Venom from Spider-Man.
If I promise to buy you a pack of those, can I steal another one?
These
not those. Those are limited. I'll get you some, don't worry.
I'm
you know
planning
I'm
on
good for
stopping
it.
by the res at some point soon anyway.
And I'll buy you some. You know I'm good for
Because
it.
as much short as I am on cash, I will actually risk
I'll buy
my
you
own
some.
financial means.
I'll help you out. But anyway,
I will risk my own financial means to have a nicotine fix, otherwise I'm just going to be stressed and screaming at every single person that comes across my path.
Matt, stop saying cheese!
Yeah, I'd actually get to that point. I'm actually a very angry person when I don't have nicotine in my blood.
Well, let's get back to
brain,
this.
blood, wherever the hell it goes.
Back to
Yes,
this.
back to the royal wedding.
I'm sorry, I just can't. I just think it would have been a way better scene, and it would have added to the comedy of it if Luna had come down and screamed, "I'm trying to slave!" and repelled her.
Or, what if they both fought against Chrysalis?
They can't see my face right now. You'll have to describe it.
He's looking...
In awe.
Yes.
That would have been awesome.
If Celestia and Luna attacked Chrysalis.
Boy, Luna, you're scary when you're grumpy.
Yeah,
you
there
forget
is
it.
one thing that I had an issue with is when Shining Armor and Cadence
Stupid name.
Yeah,
I
he was complaining about the name Shining Armor the entire time.
What else can you be if your name's Shining Armor? If my mom named me Doctor, what else could I be?
A time traveler?
What do you think I was talking about? What do you think what I was getting at?
I don't know.
Point being, it's a stupid name.
Actually, by all means, Doctor isn't his actual name. Well, yeah, Doctor isn't the Doctor's actual name.
Those insectoid things, those are creepy things.
The Changelings?
I don't like bugs, though. You know that.
Yeah.
Any buzzing
I
insects.
liked the Changelings as an enemy, though.
They were cool, yeah.
They were very cool, especially Chrysalis.
She's scary.
She is far more intimidating than I remember when this episode first aired, like, 2 years ago.
Yeah. The teeth.
The teeth, the eyes, the look of the entire character. Like the torn up wings, the holy legs.
I gotta say it. Cheese.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't make that joke while we were watching the episode.
Well, it's hard not to take her seriously. It really
Chrysalis?
is. Yeah.
Why? You clearly took her seriously if you were
That's what I'm
intimidated
saying.
by her.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's hard not to
you
take her
can't-
seriously and make jokes.
Oh, it's hard not to take her seriously.
It's hard to make jokes about her because she's just creepy.
She is very creepy, and that's very effective, especially in a show like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you already admitted just with the film references and with
Whatever
the,
it's called.
mystery on the Friendship Express. Which, seriously, how many times did they take a trip to Canterlot?
He's a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Dayman. Oh, whoa! Sorry.
Huh?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Uh,
But anyway, yeah. I really was hoping to see Luna fight. Because we only see her fight as Nightmare Moon.
we didn't even really see her fight as Nightmare Moon.
Just kind of screw with people.
Yeah, she kind of just was more in tune to trying to scare the main six away during the pilot.
You know what my theory on that is? I feel like maybe she was partially in control, and that's why she didn't destroy
Luna
anybody.
herself and not Nightmare
Yeah.
Moon? What, like Nightmare Moon caused the cliff to fall and then trying to scare everyone away was Luna?
Yeah.
Well, the elements of harmony would be getting closer to her at that point. Or rather, the elements of harmony would be getting closer to the actual physical conduit.
Yeah. I want to see that thing come back in the show, though, the Nightmare Energy or whatever it's called.
You'll have to read the comics. Graphic novel number 2.
You never know, Season 5.
Yeah, you never know with Season 5, but from what I've heard from Season 2, the Nightmare Forces were eradicated.
Eradicated.
Eradicate.
Raticate.
Eradicate!
But anyway, yeah, I would put this episode at the bottom of my top tier. I really thoroughly enjoyed the villain.
I would actually give this one, it's in my upper tier as well, that honestly, I've heard a lot of people complain about this one. I've rewatched it. I mean, I watched it multiple times when it first came out. I just got through watching it again. I do like this episode, albeit it's hokey at the very end.
Yeah.
But yes, I demand that if I ever get married, Love is in Bloom plays at my reception.
See, if I ever got married...
I don't care what the hell my bride says, that song has to be played.
Well, I mean, if you got married, it would have to be to someone who believes in the way of the ponies.
What, I'd have to marry a Pegasister?
Or female brony, whatever they prefer. See, me, if I ever got married, it couldn't happen in a church because I would catch fire and sizzle and probably end up burning the church down.
Somehow I doubt it, considering you said you were a Christian before.
Not anymore.
The eye of God never leaves you, by all means. Once you're baptized...
God sees me naked.
God sees you always. I'm not baptized, I'm fine.
I'm going to debaptize myself.
Can't.
There's got to be a way. Save the rest of that for later. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I just really wanted to see Luna fight, though.
You just want to see Luna fight?
I do want to see Luna fight.
What did you think of just... This was the first time I think we've seen lasers.
Yeah, lasers are cool.
Lasers and shield spells. No,
Yeah.
we have seen shield spells. During Ponyville Confidential and the episode.
Now, I'd like to point out the fact that... Didn't I call that she was an imposter?
Yeah.
And how did I figure it out?
Actually, your first guess was she was possessed.
Yeah, and how did I figure it out?
The aura color.
Her aura was green and her eyes were purple.
Yes, I pointed out to him to actually keep an eye on aura colors during earlier seasons, like season 1, how the actual color would match either the eyes or the cutie mark.
It's kind of weird. I had this feeling of badness for Twilight.
What, during part 1?
I don't feel bad for people.
Yeah, you do. You felt bad for Rarity and Fluttershy before. No, wait,
Yeah.
not Fluttershy,
But that's Fluttershy.
not Fluttershy, Pinky.
That's Pinky.
And Rarity.
That's Rarity. She does karate kicks.
Okay, so you felt bad for your third tier character.
Yeah, well, anyway,
Or second tier.
That was harsh.
Where Twilight lands with you anymore.
when Celestia said you have a lot to think about, I felt that.
Oh god, yes.
That was harsh.
Like, that was just a strike to the heart.
I don't have one of those.
Shot through the heart.
Don't ever quote
Come
Bon
on.
Jovi around me.
You don't like Bon Jovi?
Buffalo Pride.
I like Bon Jovi.
I never liked Bon Jovi, but Buffalo Pride.
What does that have to do with liking Bon Jovi?
He tried to buy the Bills and move them to Toronto.
I
I don't even care about
think we'd
football.
be better off.
I don't know. Well, let's not.
I
veer
think
too far
Buffalo
off
would be
subject.
better off without the Bills.
Well, maybe and maybe not, but let's not
But
veer
yes,
off subject.
Shot through the heart, and you're too late. Actually, she was early. Very early.
I'm never early. Woo!
Hey, Scootaloo's never early. Hoo!
But I mean, is anybody going to tell Luna what happened there?
That's a good question. Like, did anyone fill her in during the reception? Like, hey Luna, here's what you missed. Like, Celestia pulled her aside.
Well,
Maybe you should try and sleep in Canterlot more often.
And I think it would just show. Well, here's what you missed. It would be like a flash thing, like a transition, and Luna would just be like, jaw dropped, eyes wide open.
How
Like,
did I miss that?
exactly.
Why didn't anyone inform me?
Well, nobody really knows where you go to sleep. I mean, does anybody know?
Again, it's just my headcanon that she goes somewhere else to sleep during the day.
I would laugh though if she was sleeping there and she just slept through that whole thing. Although she does have a tiring
slept through it in
job.
Canterlot the entire time.
Someone's knocking on the door. Wake up! Wake up! We need help! The crystal thing drags him away. No!
Yeah,
Shut
one
up!
of the changelings drags him away.
You just see her alarm clock hit the wall. She
Oh,
goes
I had
through
to
the
show
door.
you one animation error as well.
What?
The guards.
Oh yeah, one had wings and a horn. Two. Well, maybe the alicorn thing isn't as rare a deformity as we think.
There's actually quite a few animation errors. That's honestly what they are. The staff has officially confirmed that any extra alicorns you see outside of, well, the 3 that we've seen so far, Luna, Celestia, and Cadence,
True.
are the only official alicorns. The others are just animation errors.
Derpy was an animation error,
Yeah, she was.
and look what happened.
Honestly, I think that that having an alicorn in an episode is actually a cue
Yeah.
to saying that there's going to be something really significant happening in this episode.
The Crystal Kingdom.
Yeah, the next one's actually the Crystal Empire.
Yeah.
which we get more of Cadence and Shining Armor.
Yeah, stupid name.
Not a... okay, Miyamori Cadenza.
No, the other name's stupid.
Miyamori Cadenza and Shining Armor.
Yeah, I mean, what's her name?
What did you think of the full name of Princess Cadence, though?
Stupid. Cadence isn't a bad name. The rest of it is.
Miyamori?
Yeah, come on!
It's Cadence, my love.
Yeah, that's a dumb name. That's not even a name.
And her knight in shining armor.
Ugh. Stop saying shining armor, please. Really, that's a disgustingly stupid name to me. I don't know why.
His cutie mark is interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
How it's the combination of... And I actually just noticed this in this rewatch, was how there's 3 stars above Shining Armor shield cutie mark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the shield in his cutie mark. And his mother has 3 stars as hers.
Yeah.
So I'm a little curious as to what the possible ties could be, because I already told you what I think that the 3 stars in Shining Armors would be. Which would be his 2 parents and his sister, the 3 people he would hold above all.
But I have to bring this up. This brother she was so close to, that was her best friend or her BFF.
This is the infamous complaint that everyone's given.
She hasn't mentioned him at all.
I've told you I've had a sister, and you didn't know that for like 3 years of knowing me.
But I mean, he's like this huge part of her life.
My sister raised me.
Point being, she was there for at least 2 years.
I can give the defense of this. I can straight out give the defense of this because I have 2 sisters.
I don't know. I just feel like it would come up eventually.
One I rarely mention, and the other one I never mention because I don't see.
Mentioning her is a rarity?
Mentioning my sister through my mom is a rarity. The sister through my dad is a never. Well, almost a never.
And you see her dead parents there.
No battery.
You go by the idea of their ghosts.
Yeah, they're ghosts. They're dead.
No, wouldn't they be living as trees? Or cacti, or whatever the hell they were changed to in that episode?
There is trouble in the forest. There is trouble with the trees.
I don't remember what that's from.
That's Rush. Good song. But anyway, when do we get to see Luna fight?
Honestly, I think it only happens in the comics.
Man, I gotta get those comics.
Yeah, I think I might actually try and...
I'm gonna order them online and then hide them from my brothers.
I want to figure out how to sell the 26 volumes of Negima I have, because honestly, I've lost interest in that series.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna have the comics like under my bed. Someone's gonna find them. It's gonna be like someone finding porn under my bed. What is this? This is a My Little Pony comic, isn't it?
Brian finds it.
If Trevor found it, I don't know what he would say, but anyway.
Yeah, he's living with 2 bronies that won't admit to each other that they're bronies.
See, I have no problem admitting to
Brian.
Brian.
So he's done dealing with the multiple references shooting back and forth that he can't catch. You 2 can catch. Both of you can catch them back and forth.
See,
and
I know.
neither of you will admit what the reference is from.
I know that he knows, but he doesn't know that I know that he knows.
What type of references has he been making?
I don't know. He just tends to call mine. He's like, "What's that from?" And I said, "Oh, it's just a new That's What She Said." I'm just going to keep doing this until I hear him admit it. Who?
Yes.
I also enjoyed the fight, though, with all the Crystallis things.
They're called changelings.
Whatever they're called.
Changelings.
Well, now I'm going to call them Crystallis things just to bother you.
Nah, Chrysalis is their queen.
They're terrifying, queen.
They're very intimidating, queen. Again, I'd have to say that, honestly...
Distantly Lovecraftian.
Very, actually.
Yeah.
As I think of it. Because the idea of she feeds on the idea of an abstract emotion.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed this as a closer.
I'm very curious as to how that feeding process goes. That she eats love?
I think she feeds more on... To me, it seems like she feeds... I don't know. I lost my train of thought already.
Honestly, I would have to say it has to be similar to that hypnosis spell.
Mm-hmm.
I think she actually feeds through that.
Yeah. She eats brains.
Yes,
Brains.
she eats brains loaded with dopamine.
Mm-hmm. She feeds on dopamine.
I'm curious as to how they would extract that then.
Magic.
Yeah?
Pinkie Pie was there, don't question it.
Well, when you just say magic, that kind of just says don't question anymore.
Yeah. But overall, I think this was a good closer for the season. They had a great villain.
They had a great villain to wrap up season 2.
Please tell me she comes back.
Only in the comics.
Yeah, I gotta get those comics.
I need to get comics myself. Actually, I think I might get them myself and let you borrow them.
Yeah.
Considering you're too ashamed to keep them at your place.
I'm not ashamed. I'm playing a game right now. I want to see Brian admit it first. Hopefully he doesn't watch this and call my bluff. But anyway.
Oh, you do realize that there's already a link to my YouTube channel on my Facebook profile, right?
Yeah. I don't know. But, well, back to the episode.
It's just a matter of if anyone actually bothered to check my basic info recently, because I didn't make any new
Nobody
friends
checks
on there.
anyone's basic info.
Yeah, honestly, you kind of pick up...
I feel like if we see more of Cadence, she'll be more likable. But right now, to me, she's just kind of...
Well, we're gonna see more.
Mushy.
We're gonna see more of Cadence in the start of season 3. In which, keep in mind, when season 3 was, we were waiting for it. Me and the rest of the fandom at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a good, I'd say, close to nearly a year.
And I know
until we
Discord's
actually
coming
saw
back.
more ponies after this.
And I know Discord's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back in season 3 as well. But yeah, the Crystal Empire, we had to wait like nearly a year for that to come out.
See, I'm glad I waited.
So we stopped at the. Imagine just that whole hiatus. You ended with the Canterlot wedding.
Yeah.
It's a good wrap up, but it definitely leaves you longing for more.
You know, I have to point something else out. Twilight sings like once before this, and she sings 3 songs in one episode.
To be expected.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you would consider them non-diegetic or whatnot.
Chrysalis took down a god.
I would say Big Brother Best Friend Forever is definitely non-diegetic.
Yeah.
And possibly the same with This Day Aria.
I just still have to say, Chrysalis took down a god.
Chrysalis took down the sun god.
She took down God.
She took down Rawlestia.
Does that make her the devil?
Very interesting idea, but honestly, I would say that you would put Nightmare Moon as more the devil. Think of it. Fallen angel, cast away from heaven.
Well, she wasn't really fallen as she was thrown because she went to the moon. So many friends!
Yeah, true.
Now, what if Celestia walked down from those steps?
But yeah,
Do you like bananas?
The first series of the comics.
Yeah.
Picks up literally right where Celestia is thrown away, and it shows where she landed.
Yeah.
In which she's surrounded by these adorable-looking creatures that are just filled with love, that she just sets up her new troops there.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to kidnap the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Wow.
Yeah, and honestly, I've read the Return of Chrysalis, and I will have to admit, it's so funny. It's actually better than the show in the comics. Because think of it like this: the comics were not made by DHX. They weren't the people who are drawing them aren't associated with Hasbro. They just got the copyright to use the characters. So these are literally these are completely outside the normal canon. Although some of the people at DHX actually admitted that yes, some of the comics are canon, but we're not going to tell which ones.
Is Nightmarity canon?
I'm not sure. Because honestly...
I really want to see that. I'm just curious about that.
Because honestly, that one explains why Luna looks so different from Season 1 to Season 2.
Yeah.
And then you have the Return of Chrysalis as well, in which she kidnaps the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Imagine those 3 being kidnapped by her.
I think they'd annoy her and she'd let them go.
She doesn't let him go, but they do annoy her, and the back and forth is hilarious with those 2.
Would you shut up?
Maybe we'll do a review of the comics at some point.
To.
I might actually just do a review of the comics on my own. He might do one on his own at the same time.
We could alternate.
Yeah, we could alternate, possibly. You could take Nightmare Rarity, I'll take Return of Chrysalis. At least for the first two. Those are literally the first two that I could think of off the top of my head of the arcs. I do know that there is one with Big Mac. I'm not sure if it's a Friends Forever
Does
edition.
he talk?
No, he thinks a lot.
Yes. Yes.
The only time you ever see a speech bubble around him is if it's a yep or a nope.
Nope. But yeah, I enjoyed season 2. As much as I enjoyed season 1. I'm enjoying all of it.
I would say I enjoy season 2 better than season 1.
I enjoyed the final villain.
Queen Chrysalis.
And again, I have to bring this up. Did I miss anything?
I love that music. The music is improving so much. Yes, the music is improving so much in this show. I cannot believe how far it's actually getting at this point. I mean, they had a full-scale aria.
Plus...
That's a rare thing to come across in even...
It's a rarity?
But seriously, how often do you hear TV music, like TV show music, sounding that good?
Rarely. It's a rarity. But
I think the only time that I ever heard it that good is during Adventure Time.
Yeah. So...
Because I'd say that This Day Aria is on the same scale of I'm Just Your Problem.
So what do you think would happen if Luna and Chrysalis had fought?
If Luna and Chrysalis had fought, I would honestly think the same thing that happened to Celestia.
I think she'd go a little further, mainly because she'd be fueled by rage by the fact that they took down Celestia, but I think in the end she would still lose because she's got all that power. But she'd lose better than Celestia did.
She'd lose better than Celestia.
No, because I think she'd make it a little... I really do think she'd make it a little further, because she'd see everything's gone, she'd be like, okay, now I'm pissed.
True. Interesting fact is, at the season 4 opener, we do see the princess... we do see the princesses actually using the element of harmony with just the two of them.
Yeah.
And Luna was holding the element of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
So it is possible that she is, in fact, extremely loyal.
But then the nightmare power got her.
Yeah, it's a question as to what the nightmare power is. I'm not sure on that one.
It's a demon.
Yeah, I kind of gave you that, mini thing, but honestly, it's something that was pointed out to me and I couldn't even notice because my colorblindness refused to actually acknowledge the colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luna supposedly was holding the element of loyalty when her and her sister alone wielded the elements.
Yeah.
Celestia, of course, had magic and two others. And yeah, that...
Probably kindness.
Kindness.
And laughter.
You'd think that she'd have laughter?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at the tea thing.
So loyalty, kindness, and laughter would be Celestia's... No, wait, not loyalty. Magic, kindness, and laughter would be Celestia. Then that would be loyalty, honesty, and...
Think about the characters.
Generosity as Luna.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I see generosity being more towards Celestia.
So Luna would have laughter?
Maybe Luna has honesty.
I don't know, because she kind of... What do you call it?
Luna does have laughter, considering...
What did I miss?
Yeah, what did I miss? Well, let's not forget Luna Eclipse, too.
Mm-hmm.
In which...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She admitted that, she didn't want anyone to be afraid of her.
Yeah.
But when she realized that, they were having fun with it, they were actually enjoying this being scared, I'll join in on the fun and actually be the one to scare them.
Yeah.
Because, it was a holiday based on her evil form.
Yeah, I kind of think of it as a separate entity. It just happened to use her as the conduit.
What, with me mentioning the nightmare forces?
Yeah. Well, clearly something was possessing her from the beginning. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, after you've seen Luna past Nightmare Moon seems a little more subdued than Luna.
Yeah.
She never spoke in the Royal Canterlot voice to begin with.
Yeah.
She was very calm, very tactful. She was very devious, I would say. And then you had Luna, who is practically the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have Queen Chrysalis here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Horrible.
Do you like Chrysalis, though?
In the way that she's evil and I appreciate her evil.
Well,
I wouldn't want to be put up against her.
of course, as a villain.
I wouldn't want to be put up against her.
You wouldn't? Even just... Okay, what was the strategy for breaking down the shield from the outside for those changelings? They were just smashing into it.
I think I think there's a hive mind.
A hive mind?
Yeah, I think it's controlled by the queen.
That's an interesting idea. Haven't really thought of it like that.
Because a lot of insects are.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're a hive mind.
I never
And
thought of it.
Fluttershy was raised by wolves.
Yeah, I never really thought of the changelings being insectoid to that extent before. But
Yeah.
I can see it now.
So overall, I really enjoyed both seasons I've watched so far. I just really want to see Luna fight
It's
Chrysalis.
an incredible story so far. Just, you have Twilight showing up in Ponyville, meeting new friends, taking down an evil queen. Then they come across the spirit of chaos and disharmony itself.
Discord.
Yes, defeat him. Then they proceed to go to a royal wedding, which was crashed by the Queen of the Changelings.
The insectoid Satan
And
devils.
they actually get defeated by her.
Yeah.
By all means, the main six failed in their quest. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Cadence Ex Machina happening, she would have won.
Yeah.
If it were, and here's an interesting fact. Imagine if Cadence didn't start doing the special handshake between her and Twilight.
What if Twilight had just destroyed her?
I think that was Chrysalis's plan.
Everyone would have been screwed.
Put her into the caverns, still imitating Cadence, and then Twilight comes across Cadence
And breaks her.
Yeah, and breaks her as badly as the crystals that she was. Well, as badly as the gems in the cavern.
Oh my god.
They
should do an alternate series based on that.
If Cadence didn't wind up doing the Sunshine handshake, which I loved, it is a good one. You have to admit.
Yeah.
Sunshine, ladybugs awake. Clap your hooves and do a little shake.
Plot. Shake the plot. But overall, I did not expect to like this show.
As I said with Friendship is Witchcraft, do not, and I repeat, do not look this episode's cover up.
I won't.
Because, oh my god, let's put it like this. They make it that Twilight and that Shining Armor was adopted. You can see where it can go from there. When one of the main songs was "It'll Be Okay." Ugh.
Yeah, let's forget about that. But I did not expect to like this show. I was expecting to watch it just to humor everybody.
Just to humor me, really.
Yeah.
What do you mean, everybody? You were just humoring me.
Yeah. I was trying just to humor him, and then this is what happened.
OC.
I made an OC.
OC, 2 seasons in. Looking forward to the 3rd.
And the 5th.
Yeah, looking forward to the 5th, and he hasn't even watched number 4 yet. He hasn't even watched number 3 yet.
Worrying that when the hub goes down, the show will go away.
Yeah,
that can't happen.
Even though I just told you about that, I literally just heard about it, I heard about it yesterday.
The bronies will take to the streets.
I heard about it yesterday at the time of recording.
I can imagine that show on Cartoon Network, though.
Yeah, I could so see it that if Discovery Family decides to abandon the show, that DHX and Hasbro would probably jump straight to Cartoon Network for it.
Yeah. And they'd have crossovers between Adventure Time and My Little Pony.
Yes.
Did I ever tell you that in Diablo 3 there's a level where you fight colorful ponies?
Yeah, you told me.
I played it for the first time this morning.
It was based off this.
Yeah, it made me laugh a
Well,
bit.
it was based off the cow level, and they noticed the brony phenomenon happening at the time, and they decided to mix the two.
I just saw it for the first time today in person.
Really?
Yeah, I finally found all the stuff.
I've seen it first time in person because Zem was playing it.
And I felt bad about it because I was killing them.
You were killing bright, colorful rainbow ponies.
Yeah. The Sonic Rain Boom.
Yeah, that caused the Sonic Rain Boom whenever they died.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall...
Even though you thought that was what happened when they all got their cutie marks.
Overall, the series is pretty great. And...
It just keeps getting better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Season 3, I will actually have to say, I'm actually going to have to warn you on this one. It's only 13 episodes long.
What?
Yeah, Season 3 is a very short season.
How long is 4?
4? It's the regular amount.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was actually considered that Season 3 and 4 are actually the same season.
Yeah.
Just with a huge hiatus in the middle.
It's kind of like what happened with Bob's Burgers.
And Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
Series 7.
Yeah.
The last series of the Ponds. Well, last series of the Ponds and the first series of Clara.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one season that was split up with a hiatus in between.
Yeah. But overall, I'm liking this show a lot. It may be my favorite cartoon ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
Because it's got comedy and it's got characters that I can enjoy. Most cartoons I've seen have one or the other.
Yeah, when you get characters that you can enjoy, good comedy, and you just get the whole package here, really.
Yeah.
Which is something that's really needed in the animation. This is something that's willing to push the boundaries, and I really hope that future animators will take a lot from this, too.
I hope this show goes on forever.
Honestly, you can see where even some of the influence from Adventure Time came from.
Yeah.
Like, you could see the back and forth, and heck, even with Teen Titans Go, you could see this is the only time I'm going to acknowledge that abomination of a show, Teen Titans Go.
I'm not going to. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, don't forget, they actually did make Raven a Pegasus during that one. She was, in the very first episode of that show, they introduced Raven, voiced by Tara Strong, as being a fan of a show called Pretty Pretty Pegasus.
Let's get back to the other show.
Yeah, let's get back to the good show.
Yeah, but to wrap up what I have to say about this, I didn't expect to like this show, let alone become one of the fans. I didn't expect to become part of the creative crowd, which is what we're doing. I didn't expect to be doing parodies of the show.
At least what we're planning on doing. We're still just kind of...
It's happening.
The moderate...
It's happening.
Vlogging types.
It's happening. And I did not expect to be willing to mix H.P. Lovecraft with this, and I'm already coming up with ideas.
What, am I just going to catch you here at some point at like 5 in the morning, just sitting here writing out the Call of Cthulhu?
No, that's happening probably tomorrow at work. They'll see me like pretending I'm processing, and I'll be typing something in Microsoft Word. They'll like look in and read, and then Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie.
I'd actually probably put it as a script, considering we're doing the audio show with this.
Yeah.
Well, audio / pseudo animation, storyboard animation. I'm not sure what you would call what we're going to be doing.
Still frame animation.
Still frame animation? Is that the actual term?
That's what I call it.
Actually, I think that's the best term to use for it. Still frame animation.
We were in the desert outside of Appaloosa when the Zap Apples kicked in.
Yeah, even though our vlogs are literally just one frame.
I really think we can animate it.
I'm just too lazy to actually do
I'll do it.
I'm too... well, it's the matter of getting the couch setting and everything as well.
Yeah.
Which, that's what I'm too lazy for, is to do the constant copy-paste into this.
Yeah, all you have to do...
And then get the frames and put them onto Windows Movie Maker. As I said, we have no budget. I'm literally running off my 11-year-old computer making these videos.
All we have to do is put us in different positions on the couch and just use the whole picture.
Yeah, but your character is a hassle to do that with.
Really? Why?
Because he has a black outline and and it seems that the frickin' OC, well, at least my paint thing wants to immediately make the background black.
Yeah, that's true. But back on the subject of the show.
Yeah, it's mainly the issue of having your character with his outline still there.
Yeah. But back on the subject of this show.
Yeah.
Overall, I give it a 10 out of 10.
You'd give the whole show a 10 out of 10?
Yes.
Just out of the first 2 seasons?
Yes.
Well, true. 2 seasons in a cartoon's time is quite a bit. I mean, heck, look at what happened to the Fairly Odd Parents during that time. Look at what happened to Cat Dog. Look at what happened to SpongeBob. And heck, look at this series even. Like, this was around the time that I think even Weird Al was about to admit that he was a brony too.
What if Pinkie Pie and Patrick from SpongeBob met?
I think Pinkie would actually not like him.
I think she'd get annoyed with him.
Patrick's not a likable character. Let's not mix Bikini Bottom with Ponyville, because those two just don't mix.
I like Patrick, though.
Okay, I'll have to show you just one episode by the mysterious Mr. Enter that is called the Top 10. I think he might actually have Top 10 Patrick's a Dick episodes.
SpongeBob!
Okay, Pet Sitter Pat to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
When he watches Scary, he almost killed that snail multiple times in that episode.
He was so ugly, everyone died. The end. But back to this show.
Yeah, back to a good show.
I like SpongeBob. Back to this show.
I'm sorry, I liked SpongeBob when it was first coming out when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't like the new episodes.
And then when I started going into, like, junior year, that's when it starts sucking.
Yeah, after the movie. But back to this show.
Yeah, and here's one problem that I have with that fucking movie. You used David Bowie! And you didn't utilize any musical talent he had. Come on, Labyrinth was willing to do that more.
Yeah, but back to this
Labyrinth
show.
Wasn't that great of a movie.
I'm going to steer this crazy train back on the track.
This crazy train has no tracks. I thought we were just kind of like an automobile constantly doing donuts around a parking lot.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
I thought it was going after.
I don't know what it is.
Actually, off the sounds a lot more making sense there. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
And then Zach Wilde starts playing guitar. But Chrysalis, terrifying. Are there scary enemies in the future?
Actually, the next one.
I can't wait.
His name is King Sombra.
He sounds awesome. Is that guy?
Crystals.
It's that guy.
My crystal slaves.
Slaves.
He does actually say that in the show.
Wow. And they wouldn't say derpy.
Let's put it like this. Some of the ponies that were under his rule refused to actually refused to want to remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's one thing when it comes to the next enemy coming up is that don't look at him as he is on screen. Look at how people talk about him.
Pure evil.
It's much like Sauron in the original writings of The Lord of the Rings. Not from the Peter Jackson movies.
Sombra the Terrible.
Where he's only given in vague descriptions. He is very rarely seen. And his own name strikes the fear into the heart of many.
Even Celestia?
Celestia and Luna. You kind of just want to jump into this season now, don't you?
But I can't. I'm too tired.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's almost like 3 in the morning. He's got work in the morning.
Gotta be up at 8.
I gotta try and call my boss again.
Yeah, well, but to wrap up these first 2 seasons, this is the best show ever.
This is the best show?
This is the best show ever.
What, just because of Chrysalis?
Because of everything. The show is just amazing. The music works with the show. That's what I can say for it.
Yeah, when the first day Arya first started, you just kept saying, "You don't deserve a song."
No, yep.
To Chrysalis.
I just wanted her dead at that point.
Yeah, you know you're into a show when you're talking to the screen.
Oh, and I instantly liked Cadence when she was dancing with Pinkie. She was doing Pinkie's ridiculous dance.
Yeah, she was joining Pinkie in the ridiculous dance she was doing, and it fits her character. Come on, she was Twilight's full sitter.
Because at first I was like...
Which, actually, that's one thing to bring up as well. Cadence as Cadence as Twilight's full sitter.
Yeah.
Pre-Cutie Mark.
Yeah.
What did you think of that? Like, my main question is, what the hell is royalty doing babysitting? Because it clearly... Because from what I could pick up from the dialogue, Cadence wasn't just babysitting Twilight. And she seemed to be, like, teenage years during that time.
There's something going on with Twilight.
You're convinced something's going on with Twilight now?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like that there's something with her, something powerful. We know that, but there's something that they knew about. which is why I think
From that
Celestia...
early of an age?
Yeah,
When she was still struggling with magic?
I think so. I think Celestia saw it, and that's why she took her as her student, even though, like...
Nah, she took Twilight as a student the same day that she got her cutie mark.
Yeah, but I feel like she knew something... I'm just saying that I feel like she knew something before
Like, she was
that.
still in the entrance exam at that point. She was completely off the grid
At
outside of
Miskatonic University.
She was completely off the grid outside of being babysat by her niece.
Yeah.
In which, yeah, I'm not sure if you caught that one either.
Yeah.
Was, they
caught
mentioned that. Okay, whose freaking daughter is she then?
Maybe she's adopted. Because if you look, there's a resemblance between Luna and Celestia, but none with her.
Yeah, she doesn't have the flowy mane style. As a matter of fact, her mane's multicolored in 3 separate colors, actually.
Maybe she's adopted.
Hmm.
When you think about it...
Actually, I could believe that, because look at Prince Blue Blood, too.
Yeah, when you think about it, the crystal people, they feed on love, right?
The Chrysalis?
Her power is over that.
The Changelings?
Yeah, and her power is over that. If her family had the same power, maybe the Changelings took her family. And Celestia took her in.
Actually, I have my own headcanon, but it's kind of diving into the next episode.
Yeah, we'll worry about that next time. But wrapping up, as I've been trying to do this whole time, and I just kept talking.
Yeah, we're still trying to wrap up. We've been doing that for like 5 minutes. I enjoyed this song. As I said earlier, if I ever get married, Love Is in Bloom is so gonna be my reception song.
Mine's gonna be a death metal song.
You could get the death metal version of the song.
I'm gonna get death metal.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't doubt a death metal version of Love Is in Bloom exists. If there's already a death metal version of the Smile song, cause all I wanna see is a smile, smile, smile.
Alright. But overall, this is my favorite show ever.
Yes, this is a great show. I am glad you actually taken the time to check this out.
Yes,
do
so
these
am I.
vlogs with me.
I don't know what I did before this show.
Sat around and played Minecraft with me.
Or Diablo 3 with someone else.
Yeah.
Yes. But, yeah, I don't have
Your
much more
life
to
was
say
nothing
here.
but video games until ponies.
Yes.
And now it's all ponies.
And creativity.
And creativity. Yeah, because this is definitely a good muse, and I will admit that on a creative level, I need collaboration.
Yeah. But
That's the sad thing, is that I'm great with the concept work, but I cannot put a plot to it for the life of me.
I'm better at fleshing out. But anyway, do you have anything else to say about the series thus far?
About the series thus far, well, gee, I've already seen all the way to season 4, so I clearly already have an enjoyment for it.
Yeah.
Up to season 2, I will say that season 1 had its peak moments, like with the Dog and Pony show,
Yeah.
Dragon Chai.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of a couple others. Well, there was a few.
Bridal Gossip.
That's for you. Honestly, the story of Bridal Gossip I don't like, but the humor of it, I do.
Flop.
But yeah, then season 2 kicked in which we... By the way, we forgot to mention this one during Hearts and Hooves days.
Mm-hmm.
The funeral.
Right. They find a funeral.
Yeah, when...
So ponies do die.
It's already been pointed out multiple times is that during the Perfect Stallion song, during Hearts and Hooves Day, when Sweetie Belle's going about this one's
obsessed
this
with
one's
jelly.
too young, this one's too old. When she's saying this one's too old, she jumps on the back of a speaker at a funeral. There's a casket next to him.
We forgot to mention the tub of jelly, too.
I'm curious as to if Hasbro caught that or just they didn't notice it.
They probably just thought it was subtle enough that it could get by.
It definitely was, because it took until someone pointed it out to me that she was at a funeral there.
I also wanted to bring up the guy's obsession with tubs of jelly. The look on his face.
That was just a look of either sexual pleasure or guilt. Or both.
Well, those two tend to go hand in hand. So,
Strangely
we have a jellyphiliac.
With tubs of jelly.
And we have a jellyphiliac. But, I don't have anything really else to say. I've said all that could be said. It's a wonderful show.
It is a good show. I'm glad you took the time. I wish others would as well.
People are stupid. They don't know what they're missing.
Honestly, I think it's more along the lines of when it comes to most adults, sadly. They see cartoon and think, oh, kids show. Yeah, if you want to say animation is just for kids, I dare you to try and show your child Elfin Lied.
Try and maybe show your child Fritz the Cat and then say it's for kids. The first X-rated animated film ever.
Have you seen Elfin Lied?
Of course.
Would you want to show anyone that?
I love
Any child that?
Well,
without your purpose being to permanently scar them for life?
What else would my purpose be?
Show them some animation.
I suppose. But
introduce a new cartoon to them.
Before we go off on another tangent here, I got nothing else. But yeah,
I got nothing else on
this
this one. Season 2 is definitely a great pickup from Season 1. Because, again, there are some peak moments. Again, I would definitely say the best one was Dog and Pony Show in that one.
Yeah.
And then Season 2 here, we just had a great blast with this one overall. Yeah. Like, it was a really fun season to go over again.
The next one is the Crystal Empire.
Yes, the next one is the Crystal Empire. So we shall see you in Season 3, folks.
Ba-ba-ba-ba!
Later.